Without objection.
Madam Speaker, in 8 minutes, the polls will close in Massachusetts. And I don't know whether Mr. Brown's going to win or whether he's going to lose. But one thing I do know is that this shows very clearly that the people across this country, moderate, liberal, conservative, are all concerned about what we're doing in this chamber and the chamber across the Capitol. You know, a lot of people say, well, it's all about health care. I don't think it's just health care. I think health care is a big part of it, Madam Speaker, but I think it's also the kind of chicanery that we're seeing going on right now. When you buy somebody's vote with $300 million in Louisiana, and you buy somebody's vote in Nebraska, and then when the unions start squealing because they think they're going to be paying too much for health insurance, and you give them a $60 billion tax break, a break on their premiums, people across the country start saying, hey, what's going on? Is anybody up there honest? You're buying votes with taxpayers' money. That $60 billion break that the unions are going to get is going to be made up in part from a new tax or an additional tax on prosthetic devices and wheelchairs. The people who really need help are going to have to pay higher taxes for those things because you're giving a $60 billion break to the unions. And so, Madam Speaker, I'm not going to talk for the whole 5 minutes tonight. I just want to make this point very, very clear, and I hope my colleagues back in their offices are listening as well. There's a message being sent to members of Congress. There's a message being sent to the senators across the Capitol. And it is the people want honest, fair government. They don't want a socialist government. They don't want the government controlled by Washington. They don't want the Congress to be controlling their lives. They don't want the doctors that they go to see on a regular basis have a bureaucrat in between them and the patient. In short, they don't want that health care bill. And they certainly don't want more taxes. And they certainly don't want members of the Senate and the House being bought off by bribes that are being given to them by the leadership in order to get their vote on this health care bill. Regardless of what happens in now 6 minutes, I think that the people of this country have got the message. They don't want socialized medicine. They don't want more government control over their lives. And so I hope my colleagues on the other side of the aisle who may not be here right now, I hope that they will take a hard look at the polling results and what happens tonight. Win, lose, or draw, it's going to show very clearly that an awful lot of Democrats, an awful lot of independents as well as Republicans are very concerned about what's going on here in Washington. And I hope my colleagues who have political goals in mind down the road, I hope they'll take all this to heart when they start casting their vote on this health care.